What's going on, Mitch's World? You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and for that, we're forever grateful. Just want to tell you guys thank you for tuning in, joining, watching. The people that do watch, super excited, super good, good vibes. I'm not going to talk your head off today. Honestly, I'm not. Adjust a few things. I'm gonna start doing a different format. Like not even a different format. I realize like this is trial and error. A lot of this is definitely trial and error. I'm a chatty LaBelle, like running my mouth. So like it is what it is. Like I can do the talking piece. But I realize I don't know. I have to figure out one thing I realized. So consuming a lot of more like trying to be an influencer, I've consumed a lot more social media than I used to. And I realized we get social media brain, right? So that's just kind of people consume other people's ideas at a very high rate. And if you're not careful and if you're not careful, you'll be like, oh, I have all these ideas and thoughts that aren't original, that aren't yours. So it's like, I'm mindful of what I'm taking in and what I'm consuming. So I've been doing a lot more reading. Like right now I'm reading this book, The Way of the Superior Man. Very good book. I think 10 out of 10 so far. Any man should read it. Let's get into the fit check. Nothing too crazy today. Shout out to our good sponsors down at MOB, my man Reem. I have every color. And I think he said he got some more flavors coming. So of course I love the details on the hat. Little gray mode in one fit, just nothing crazy. Some Jordans, that type of vibe. So yeah. Weekly recap, weekly review. Oh shoot. Yeah. This week has been smooth. I'm back in the full swing of things, like working. So I did Monday through Thursday today, or not today, this week. It was a good week, honestly. Fruitful. I was able to sell some policies. I'm really in a transition period because I'm transitioning to more telesales, but I have to spend more time trying to figure out what's next, right? This July will make it 9 years that I've been 1099. So woo, super exciting. But it's like, and I had a brief dialogue with Rachel. Rachel's a good friend of mine, but she's also my bookkeeper. And one thing that she mentioned, I think that a lot of entrepreneurs deal with is the thought process of going to get a job. It's like, maybe I should go get a job because there's certain guilt and things associated with being like an entrepreneur that we just don't discuss. I know I don't discuss it, but for a long time, I used to have a certain guilt associated with chilling. You know what I'm saying? Now I no longer have that guilt, but like for a long time, for years, like I felt bad for not doing anything. But one thing I did realize is I was trying to do too much, if that makes sense. So since outsourcing things, shout out to Charity, my VA. She does a lot of work for me. For you guys that don't know what a VA is, my virtual assistant, but she does a lot of work for me, and she takes the little things off my plate. But enough little things makes a mountain. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like she takes a lot of the little things off my plate, which allows me to focus on the main thing. So I live by philosophy: make the main thing the main thing. So yeah. So work has been work. I'm back in my routine, like working out. My ankle, I went and got an MRI this week, and pretty much the doctor was just like, I could tell you rolled or, sprained your ankle several times. And he's like, at this point, long term, we just want to avoid arthritis. He gave me some workouts to do, so I'm going to start doing those tomorrow, and go from there. So outside of that, Friday was a beautiful day. I did 15 miles on my bike. I'm trying to get to my workout routine is as follows. Monday, we're going to do upper body and back. Tuesday and Thursdays are leg day. So I do a full leg day. I do the same thing both days. And then Wednesday is a full body day. Well, really more upper body than full body. I will throw a leg workout in there. And then Friday and Saturday, we do cardio. So like Saturday, went on a hike. Friday, like I said, I rode my bike. And Saturday was pretty cool too. I went to this thing called Porch Fest. So for you guys that don't know, I live in Atlanta, and there's an area called the Virginia Highlands area. First off, I haven't seen so many Caucasian people in one area in Atlanta. Atlanta is a black mecca. I've gotten so used to black being the majority, and just the places I frequent. I'm not gonna say everywhere, but the places I frequent. So going was very refreshing. I'm gonna do a overlay or put a clip in here of some of the content that I got from the function. It was dope. It was dope to see them in a natural element. Very talking about like they're wild animals, but like it was good to see them in their natural element, just vibing, mixing, mingling, having their drinks, drinking their beer, doing their thing. It was a good vibe. Very, very good vibe. So I enjoyed myself, relaxed, rested. I actually caught a comedy show. The guy's name was Lewis Belt. Lewis is hilarious. He's super funny. Younger cat, like when I say younger cat, he's like 32. But like he's from Oakland, and like the Oakland mannerisms is really a thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? The way he's like you know what I'm saying? Like just real player like. I enjoyed his thing. But one thing, I have a respect for comedy and comedians as well. Just because it's an art form. Not everyone can do it. Like I consider myself funny, hilarious, but I'm more situational / like group setting funny. I'm pretty sure if I put in enough time, I can go on stage and, you know, have a 5-minute set that will rock out. But I respect people that do like, oh, I got an hour set. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. My man Bennett, Darius Bennett, he is a comedian. And he's, you know, we used to be class clowns, cutting up, all the good stuff. He's hilarious. Excuse me. He's hilarious. So it's just, you know, I think it's an art form. Went to church today. Now I'm doing my long form. I am about to go get some tacos after this. I was thinking about tacos the whole time at church. Super excited. But yeah. So I'll make it quick today because A, I got tacos on my mind. And then B, as you guys know, I never have too much to talk about. Not even that I don't have too much to talk about. Let me reframe that. I have a lot to talk about, but I'm realizing like the last couple of videos have been like 30 minutes and like nobody got time for that. Not yet. Maybe in the future we'll get to the longer form videos. But as of right now, like 30 minutes is a kind of a long time for y'all to listen to me talk. Nobody else who, unless you just like listen to me talk, which if you do, I really appreciate that. But yeah. So a couple things that's been on my mind. And I'm just going to talk freely, per the usual. First, let me backtrack. Who's this calling me? San Antonio, Texas. I don't know who this is. Text me. Okay. So anyway, first off, Drizzy Drake Rogers dropped an album today. Not today, excuse me, on the 15th. Dropped 3, actually. 3. And I'll be honest with you, I just got off the phone with Cuz, and Cuz was like, oh, I'm not feeling it. A back-to-back call is crazy. Hold on one second. This is Mitch. Who's this? What's wrong? Jesus Christ. What's going on, Mitch's world? You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. And for that, we're forever grateful. I'll be honest with you, like today's episode is gonna be a little different. I don't know. I'm gonna have to edit this up and figure something out. Shit is spooky out here. I think, like, I'll be honest with you, I'm just gonna talk. as men, we have to move differently, bro. Myself included. I'm not bigger than the program. I'm no perfect man. But I don't think we realize the impact that we have on our counterparts, especially when a woman trusts us. And I've been guilty of this myself. Is like, yeah, I've been guilty of this myself. So it's like I'm not bigger than the program. I am not. And I'm just be very blunt and very candid with you guys, real quick. It's like, while sparing details, I just got a call and like the girl's hysterical. I have nothing to do with this, so I feel comfortable with this. I get a call. I'm talking about the girl's hysterical, crying, 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 and it's at a point where it's like it's not my business to tell. I'm gonna just speak freely about what is my business to tell, which is our responsibility as men. I know I just did an as man conversation, but like I think we have to do better. Just being honest, just being honest with people that we care about, that we bring into our spaces, that trust us. Because trust is a foundational piece to any relationship, to any type of relationship. Trust is the foundation. And unfortunately, I have broken people's trust even more recently. And I feel heavy about this one, to be honest with you, because it's just like, this is really a unique, not even unique situation. I think it happens every day, but I think we take it for granted. A lot of men are driven by their own self-pleasure and their own self-desires, but in that process, we lead a whole group of people astray. And I think that's where we get this discord from, where we see people online like, oh, men ain't this and men ain't that. And it's like, at any given point as a man, I have not been shit. You dig what I'm saying? Like, I have been a not shit ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? And it's not something I'm proud of, but like one thing I realized in this season of life is honesty. I think being honest with people can really save everybody some heartache and hard times, right? Because if you're honest with people, you give them the choice to make their own decision. You give them the chance to say, okay, hey, this is what I want to be a part of, or no, I'm good. When you bring people into your loop and you're not honest with them, you have them moving around you in a manner that is not real, right? So nothing in your circle is real at that point. Nothing is real, right? Because it's like you have them moving under a false reality. And I've done that. As I mentioned before, and I'll just make it real brief, for legal purposes. I might not be able to speak too deeply on it, but as I mentioned, at some point last year, I was dating two women. One woman came to another woman as a woman, and there was a domino effect of things that happened from that. And I would take full blame for that. Like, I wasn't as honest as I could have been with either woman. Now, granted, in that situation, I'm not going to say, oh, I was wrong or not wrong, whatever. I take full blame for my actions because I could have moved in a manner that could have prevented all of it, to be honest with you, if I had just been forthcoming with people and transparent. Because I think there's a difference. I think it's not even just about being honest. It's about being transparent. Because being honest is, if you ask me a question, I answer the question honestly, which I am an honest person. So I don't even think honesty was the phrase or word I was looking for. Being transparent is being a open book. Like, hey, before you even have to ask, this is what I have going on. Are you willing to participate? Yes or no? Right? And I think us as men, if we do that, because you think about every time, just let's take women out of it. Well, we can't take women out of it. But every time we betray a woman's trust, it's not even us that we're hurting, because 9 out of 10 times that situation's dead. Now we have to move on to the next situation, right? Well, she has to move on to the next situation. Now she comes in with a lack of trust for men as a counterpart, and us as men, our job is to protect, provide, profess, right? We're not protecting her. And when I say protecting her, like, okay, you may not allow physical harm to happen to her, but you're allowing emotional harm, which I think is much worse because a bruise will heal. That emotional damage that we do to women stays around long term, short term, and we receive remnants of that, like just long term. It's like, all right, this woman is hurt because of our actions and something we did. We now put her in a position where she has to consciously and subconsciously defend herself, right? So us as men, I'm gonna wrap it up here because like I as you guys can see, I'm not my normal self right now. That call really threw me off. Like, it threw me off because it's like I felt the pain in those tears. I felt the pain in those tears, and like as a someone on the other side to hear that, and it's like I thought something had happened. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, "Yo, what happened? What's going on?" And it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, I thought something had happened, and it's like something did happen, but it's like you broke a piece of someone's life that they can no longer get back. And I think us as men, if we look at it like that, is like, just be transparent, be honest. Yeah, we may not always get our heart's desire, we may not always get our way, but if we do what we're supposed to do and we move in a manner that allows us to just be honest with our like significant other, be honest with ourselves and whoever we're dealing with, I think we'll position ourselves to be better people, right? Because I do feel a lot of the discord that we deal with, a lot of the things that we're dealing with as men is the foundation we set for ourselves, right? And as long as you have a shaky foundation, no matter how good the house you build looks, the foundation is shaky. And I'll say this and I'll wrap it up because y'all know I'll linger. As a man, I had to check myself. That's why this whole series is called 36 and Under Construction. At age 36, I feel further away from a relationship, marriage, children, the things of my desire, because I don't feel like I'm doing the work. Like, well, no, excuse me. Let me backtrack. I am definitely doing the work, but I feel like I have not been doing the work until more recent times, and I've been moving in a self-serving manner. Right? It's like I like bits and pieces of this person. I like this. I like that. Yeah. But it's like you start watching the dominoes fall on your journey, right? You start watching things come to place. Like my homegirl Scotty, she just got engaged, and I have real love for Scotty. Scotty is part of the reason I am the man I am today. And I watched her get engaged, and it's like you're gonna watch all these women that you know, all these people that you care about, all these people that you love. They're gonna get rings. Is this how Chris Paul feels? Is this how Melo feels? You know what I'm saying? You watch these people get rings, right? And if you're not careful, you're going to end up in a position where you've broken more than you've healed, right? And I never want that to be my story. I never want to be one of those people where it's like, Mitch did more damage than he did good, and everything looks good on paper, hence me building a house. Like, I built all these things, but the foundation is shaky. Now I'm wondering why I got cracks in my roof. I'm wondering why I have all these things going on around me, and it's because the real work has not been done. So, fellas, let's wrap up here. Transparency, be transparent with these people that you're dealing with. Give them an opportunity to make the decision for themselves, even if it's not favorable for you. That's number one. Number two, realize your legacy as a man isn't based off of your own self-pleasure. It's based off your obedience and your sacrifice, right? Your obedience to God and God's mission for you, first and foremost, but then the sacrifices you're willing to make, not only for yourself, your future self, not your current self, but then your future family as well, because we're sent here to multiply. We're sent here to lead. We're sent here to be a direct reflection of, we're here to protect God's people. And if we're not doing that, we're hurting them. right? And I say this to myself, like this is a raw, like, I don't know, I'm at a loss for words because it's like this is a full circle moment for me. Hearing that girl cry on that phone, it put me back into the mindset of where I was last year, right? And I remember when I got the call, when I got the voice notes, when I was a not shit ass nigga, and like my life moved on, right? There's women that are still carrying the burden of my actions to a point where they lack trust. They have anxiety when it comes to men. They're now set back on their journey because of my actions. And that's never the legacy I want to leave. So, men, let's tighten up. Let's do better. And this is not me pandering. I know how y'all niggas get like, oh, this nigga Mitch is pandering. Fuck you, bro. Like, it's bigger than pandering. It's men holding men accountable. Women shouldn't be holding us accountable. And that's the problem. A lot of y'all are allowing these women to hold us accountable and then getting upset when they hold us accountable. It's like, as a man, as your brother, if you're watching this, do better. Do better. Nothing wrong with being P. Nothing wrong with being player. Nothing wrong with having a couple hoes. Let them hoes know they in rotation. And if they stay, they stay. If they go, find something that's cool with it. You dig what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with just being blunt and straight up with people. It's like, hey, listen, I'm dating right now. And you can spare them the details. I'm dating. You know what I'm saying? But don't bring them into your circle so intimately, so deeply that they leave confused based off of your actions. So, fellas, let's do better. Mitch's World, we signing out, man. I appreciate you.